Let's see if anybody shows up. Thokozen, who's here? Yo. She's Thokoza Mamsi, Thokoza. Lots. Hi, Nikon. Thokozani, guys, let me know by some hearts or something if you can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me. I have these in, and if I were to take them out and you heard the noise that is outside on the street. Oh, sekasi la. How is everybody doing? Let me just set myself properly. Ninjani. How is everybody doing? It's been so long. I've missed you guys. Hlengiwe, Teboho. Ndlovukazi. Thokoza. Ndlovukazi Lerato is here. Manju. Ninjani. Ashonga Vimbai. Okay, Vimbai is decorated. Nice. Ninjani. Good. Siyabonga. Loud and clear. Perfect. So, how is everybody doing? I'm concerned. Yeah. I'm concerned because, there's a lot of go-wishing right now. But before we start talking, I just want to make sure everybody's in the house. I've given VG, how are you? Nkanyiso, Thokozani. Thank you guys for showing up. I want to apologize firstly for not coming on early. Load shedding. Load shedding. Yeah, I couldn't make it in time before electricity went. It just came back at 8 now. So I need to get something to eat. Otherwise, I was going to come here and sleep. Teboho, how are you? Hulisani, Nonsigelelo, Ninjani. Right. As Thokozeni, and then we'll start so I don't keep you guys up forever. So, Siti Thokozani, Kamagwini, Lesedi Lehanya, Dumelang, Tobela, Kwaziwai, Jambo, Muribwanji, Kedu, Kilode, Ninjani, Nangadev. It's so nice to have you guys here. And Jambo, I forgot to greet my Swahili people. We are talking about the new moon today. Not the new moon. Yeah, I always say that. But we're talking about the full moon. And she's bright outside. I wish I could show her to you. But if I do, then it will destabilize. But take a look outside. She's resplendent. She almost looks like a sun. Yesterday when I was looking up, I was having a hard time focusing on her. What does that mean for us? Well, as you know, we talked about Umvelingangi moving to the northern hemisphere, leaving us with the energy of Uma. And when I look at her, I see her brightness as an emphasis of the fact that she's holding space for the time Umvelingangi is away, right? So yesterday, very bright, although it wasn't the full moon, her energy was very powerful. I've been charging crystals and healing people the last 3 or so days. And it's been amazing just to experience her energy so powerfully. And then it came to me, I'm very close to uNomkhubulwane and the moon. And therefore, most times when it's either a new moon or full moon, not all the time, but most times I will get a message for the collective. And that's what I posted yesterday. But I also realized that by posting that message yesterday without giving full context, I don't know, it might be misunderstood, right? Sometimes what can be misunderstood will be misunderstood. So I thought I would come on today just to explain to you guys what that message was about. So I have to be honest with you. Sometimes people experience the moon or uNomkhubulwane, Ungwedi, Ndlovukazi as warm and loving and nurturing. Oh, excuse me. However, she can also be very, very angry. She's like we are. There's no difference between women and the emotions we feel and the moon's expression of herself. Because remember, we are very closely linked to the moon, particularly women. I'm not saying men aren't, but particularly women. And this, of course, also has to do with her 28-day cycle around the earth and our 28-day cycle around her, meaning our menstrual cycle and the things that happen with our reproductive system. So one thing you need to understand is whatever range of emotions you are able to feel, the moon, remember, is conscious. It is conscious. Yes, we look at it as a separate body, but our ancestors knew of her consciousness and they knew of her influence on the divine feminine. And that's why she was given the name uNomkhubulwane, Indlovukazi, the Queen of Heavens, the master or mistress magician, right? So by that same token, she's able to experience and feel anger. And right now, to be honest with you, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I have been getting that she's extremely angry. And the reason she's extremely angry is that the divine feminine and the divine masculine are not making any effort to create balance. Therefore, because the divine masculine and the divine feminine are not making any effort to create balance, she's going to step in and force us to create balance. And none of us can escape this. None of us. So what does that look like? If you are a man or you are a woman who is sitting in a relationship that is totally non-reciprocal, where you are doing all the giving, where you do all the compromising, where you carry all the load, be that with childcare, be that with finances, be that even the emotional load, she's going to pull you out of that relationship. So right now we have 25-year marriages, 23-year-old marriages, 10-year marriages literally coming to an end. Uyayiphetha lento le because enough is enough. If you are in a situation at work where there's no balance, where you are giving and you are working 100% and all you're getting is 50% worth of salary, where you are working overtime but you're not paid for that overtime, where you are giving your sweat, blood and tears in return for peanuts, she's going to pull you out of that job, whether you like it or not. The same as the relationships that are in existence right now, the ones, and remember, if you go back and you listen to the prophecy that came through about the age of Aquarius, I remember so vividly because it literally came to me like a report, which was that all institutions, whether they be domestic, whether they be political, whether they be religious, all institutions that were not in ma'at, meaning in balance, were going to be gotten rid of. So it comes as no surprise to me right now because this is a full moon in Libra. Libra is the house of balance. So you're getting a double whammy. Libra is the house of relationships. Libra is the house of nurturing. Libra is the house of compromise. Balance, ma'at, same thing. So therefore, anything that isn't in that balance and there is no effort to fix that is going to be decimated. So what does this look like? I have some examples for you already because I already have people who have messaged me and inboxed me to say, Gogo, you were talking about me. What does it look like? Conflict that may not even make sense between you and your partner. Or malfunctions in the relationship where your partner, for whatever reason, doesn't want anything to do with you. Or you suddenly feel lethargic and ambivalent about your partner. So you're not even fighting. It's just done. It's like you're not expending any energy in. You're not experiencing the energy of the other person. It's done. That's it. So she, and people always say, the ancestors do that if you're with somebody that they don't want or that is not good for you. This is the same kind of thing. Only it's not the ancestors. It's Goddess herself. So we are going to see an increase in the ending of relationships that, for the most part, people will be like, huh? What happened there? But they were so happy together. Well, they looked happy together because there was one person giving 100% and covering all the ills. There was one person who kept a smile on her face or a smile on his face, giving the illusion and the facade that everything was okay. Meanwhile, this person was dying inside. You see, that's what she's going to try to stop, is this death of people spiritually. Why? Because we have a lot of work to do, Sisempini. There is a lot that we need to engage with on a spiritual level that you cannot engage in if you're embroiled in a relationship that doesn't serve you. If you're embroiled in a relationship that drains you, you cannot do the spiritual work that we all have to do now. So you know what? She's shutting them all down. Shutting it all down. So, I mean, what can you do about it? Nothing. You, if it's not too late, can try to work, because the opportunity to try to fix this is there. But you know what's happening sometimes? You want to engage your partner in a conversation of let's deal with our issues and let's move forward. And your partner says, no. Do what you got to do. Meaning to say it's over. Now, I don't know how I can tell our African mothers and our African fathers and our Rahadis so that they understand this, because there are many of them of the Begezela crew. Men get it too. Oh, marriage is like this. Marriage is very hard. Stay. This is not the age for that. This is the age of truth telling. This is the age of fixing that which is wrong. And sometimes fixing that which is wrong means getting rid of it, because it can't be fixed. So it's rendered obsolete and frees you up either to be in another partnership which will be equitable, or sometimes to be on your own. Because there's nothing wrong with being on your own if you so choose. But what is certainly not going to be allowed to continue is dysfunctional relationships, marriages, partnerships, situationships, work situations. It's not going to be allowed. And she's literally shutting it down herself. I had somebody tell me something. Somebody said to me yesterday, Gogo, it's like a light switch has been turned off. I don't feel anger. I don't feel resentment. And mind you, this was someone who was feeling resentful and angry for many, many years. Suddenly, she says, it feels like a light switch is switched off. I don't care anymore. I really don't care. I'm out. And my question to her was, how did you come to this point? Her answer was very honest. I don't know. She didn't know. It's not like she did any kind of internal work on herself to get to the point of detachment. No. It was like a light switch went off. So now these things are not only going to end with, say, you separating, but you will separate in a manner that actually you can probably be friends and co-parent if you have children. You know? We can probably check in on each other. Because it's almost like she's bringing forward a natural ending to a cycle that needed to end. So if it's a natural ending, no hard feelings on anyone. Literally no hard feelings. The problem that's going to happen, and I'm hearing this right now as I speak to you guys, is the divine feminine are going to have a problem. I'll tell you why. Because we like to hold on to things even if we know they are dead. We like to hold on to these relationships even though we know we're dead, because what will people say? Oh my God. That's why I said I wish I could talk to the parents and say, can you leave people alone? The age we're in, they cannot help that this thing is over. It's been dysfunctional for so many years. It's finished. Nothing can be done about it. It's done. Right? So there is that. The divine feminine will want to hold on. The divine feminine will want to resuscitate. You cannot resuscitate something that is dead. If there is a sign of life, you have an opportunity to resuscitate it together. You're not going to be allowed to do this on your own. And if umoya low senses with your partner is already got one foot out the door, then you can try and do first aid till you're blue in the face, but it's finished. Now, for me, I didn't want to do this live because I was like, I never like being the bearer of bad news. And then I heard very quickly as I was looking, just before I came in here, I was looking up at the moon. She says, but you're being a bearer of good news. Because lots of souls are going to be freed. Many of you are living in spiritual bondage. The time for that is over. So I don't know if it's making sense to anybody. I'm not seeing any comments. Yeah, people crying. I don't know what's happening, but I'm just here to deliver a message. Please don't shoot the messenger. I did not want to deliver this message, but if I don't, I won't sleep tonight, especially because she's full out there. I'll probably stand outside to start howling if I don't do what I'm told. So, injalo. So allow this thing to take its natural course. Don't fight it because you are only hurting yourself. Don't be looking to see how it's going to end because none of us know. But she will see it to the end. Well, Lerato says we are crying. Yo, don't start crying because then I'll start crying with you guys and then we'll all be a mess over here. And this is the thing too that I want to mention. The ending of anything, even if it was uncomfortable, even if it was painful, listen, 20 years of marriage is not a joke. 20 years of investing in something like that is not a joke. But the bottom line is, if your soul is not free, because one of the things that needs to be happening is our spirits need to find their expression through this physical form. We are here to experience. And if she's saying you've experienced what you needed to experience here, it's done, then it's done and there's nothing you can do about it. Fighting it won't help. Like I said, you can try to resuscitate it till you're blue in the face. It won't help. If it's finished, it's finished. Now, feelings of grief, you will grieve. Like I said, even a 2-year relationship, you'll grieve. Any interaction you have with another that is intimate and close, even if it ended up being that you are two strangers living in the same house, you will still grieve. Allow that process. And that's why I said sometimes many of you are already grieving the end of these relationships without even being aware that that's what you're grieving. If you remember, there's a post that I did where I said, you see, uNomkhubulwane is powerful. We are within her time. That is in the southern hemisphere. This is going to be all of winter. So brace yourselves for the emotional roller coaster that's coming, because there are so many things. One minute you think you're crying because you miss your grandma or something. Then all of a sudden you're crying with such an intensity and there's such pain in your body. You are asking yourself cognitively, "Hi, Bo, why? Mos, I'm doing too much." Well, you're not doing too much, because your spirit knows where you need to heal. And therefore, it will use something that seems minor as a trigger to get you into your emotions so you can cry. Therefore, you end up crying in a way that is totally, that seems like unreasonable. Like the kind of crying that's like, oh, people will come by and say, "Who died?" But it's because there is something that you may have buried, something that may even have happened to you in utero, something that may have happened to you as a baby that cognitively you cannot remember, but the cells in your body remember this pain, and you need to heal. This is a time of intense healing. That's why all these dysfunctional relationships are being shut down, because you're not going to be able to heal in that space of dysfunction. So she's shutting it down because it's time to heal. It's time to come into your own. Dear Ndlovukazi, dear Ndlovu, it is time. And whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. You can go and hide under your bed and stay under your bed. Injalo, is still under your bed there, she'll find you. So my thing is surrender. Surrender. Allow yourself to grieve and go through the emotions. Our problem is we want to get into our heads with, okay, what steps do I need to take? You need to take no steps. Right? Petayena in the way that she sees fit. Don't need to do a thing. So right now, if you're sitting in your home and you know I'm talking to you, this is not a call to say, hey, get up, go and find a divorce lawyer. Doesn't require the physical. Uzoyiphetha ngendlela. Don't interfere. Your interference will only cause you a lot of pain. Your resistance will also cause you a lot of pain. Flow. Breathe and just flow. And I know that probably some of you are like, yeah, but you know, what about this whole idea, the black family? Black families are going to be created, but functional black families. What she's getting rid of is dysfunction, so that the kids who are in these situations, their souls can also find free expression. Because what a lot of us don't want to look at is the fact that saying I'm staying for the kids is like the biggest cop-out, because those kids end up wounded deeply. Why? Because they feel, they experience, they internalize everything that is going on. They may not say much. They may look on the outside to be okay. But I can promise you those kids are absorbing the toxicity, the tension, the cold silence, the screaming matches. However your dysfunction shows up in your relationship, your kids are all absorbing that. And so Uma is not having it anymore. So if we're talking about restoration of the black family as, you know, the basis for black unity, that's why she's doing what she's doing, because there are a lot of black families that are so dysfunctional. There's just no way that people's spirits are free to grow in that situation. See? So find your healing. Grieve if you need to grieve. If you're not one of these people in these situations, then work at building and strengthening your relationship. Please, if you have a partner who you are struggling to connect with, and you know that, the love is still there and we can still figure this out, have them watch this live, please. You don't have to say much. Just say, you know what, I saw something really interesting, take a look. And let them watch this without you going into their ear to say, you see, just direct them to the video and let them watch and let it sink in. Like I said, there are those relationships where the opportunity to fix things are there. But there are those where our pay attention. And the children will be fine. She's a mom. She's a mother. The kids are going to be just fine. Please believe me. In fact, the kids are going to be happier. Kids are usually happier when there are two parents who are fulfilled, even if they're not together. What hurts kids is two miserable parents, and they are stuck in that mess. They see their father, he's not happy. They see their mother, she's not happy. No. So, guys, on that note, are there any questions, any comments? I haven't been looking because I've been trying to focus. Nothing but truth. Thank you so much, God. Ancestors, bless you for telling the truth. No, sibonga umoya. It's Molebo Heng. Oh, Molebo Heng. Sibonga umoya. Like I said, I didn't want to do this at all, but I didn't have much of a choice, and I thought, well, I'll come on. Lean on each other for support. And this is where, again, our issues as women really need to take a back seat for the greater good. The petty jealousies, the petty nyue. Guys, this is not the time for that. I'm warning you. Because we're not dealing right now, we're dealing with a mother who's trying to whip everybody into shape. She's taking no prisoners right now. Many of you were in Burkeville. Those who were in Burkeville. You guys know what happened in Burkeville. Right? You saw the wrath of uNomkhubulwane in Burkeville. It's not playing. So we need to become really conscious of how we move. This is not the time to be pointing fingers and laughing at each other and saying, after 23 years of marriage, it fell apart. Who did she think she was? Yeah, and I mean it. Something bad will happen to you if you take that tone. This is not the time. Rather, rally around your sisters who you see are in distress and see how you can hold space for them and stand in the gap. That is really going to be important. And for men, all I can say is y'all are going to need to start being real about your emotions. Y'all are going to start having to stop repressing your emotions, because uNomkhubulwane is going to pull those out of you, and it will feel like she's pulling your teeth out. Because within the divine masculine is a necessity and an urgency for balance. And there can be no balance if you're dissociated from your emotions, which is energy in motion, which is exactly what you need to manifest. Somebody said to me yesterday, why is it that women seem to manifest much more easier than men? I said, yeah, because we express emotions, our energy in motion. A lot of men don't know how to express any other emotions other than anger, rage. And then what do you do with that? You spill it on the most vulnerable around you, which are usually women and children. Lizo Shayega strong this time. This is not a game. So if you know as a guy that you are toxic, if you know that you harbor a lot of ill feelings either for one particular woman or for all women, you need to heal that. Because Indlovukazi will be after you. She said it not just through me, but there are so many prophetesses right now who are saying the exact same thing. Amadoda isikhathi senu siyaphela manje. Meaning what? There's coming a time where there's going to be no reprieve. There's going to be no window of opportunity. Take it while you can and do the necessary work. Please. So this thing that happens that I see on the socials, men saying, yeah, but women are toxic. And then there's the feminism and there's the, yeah, she's not there. Y'all are in your flesh having stupid low vibrational conversations. Instead of looking individually at yourself to say, what is it about me that causes me to react or respond to women who are this particular way? Maybe you have pain from a past girlfriend, a past marriage, past something that you didn't deal with because you repressed it and told yourself, I'm keeping it moving. You're keeping nothing moving. You are a ticking time bomb is what you are. And this time you're not going to be allowed to explode on the feminine. You won't. She will stop you. There are many methods of stopping you, but I can tell you one that is really sobering. A message came through to a young lady from the Congo, and the message was, she would rather free your spirit than for you to stay trapped and toxic. What does that mean? It's reality. Take it or leave it. I'm just a messenger. This is not time to play. So we as Bakwantu, as we're discovering all this knowledge and amazing things about who we were, who our ancestors were, we are now in the stage where we're going to be held accountable, because once you know better, you do better. There's no escaping it. So that internal work is important. Staying connected is important. Love on your children. If you're being abusive to your kids, I just have to warn you, it's not going to end well for you. Because you will lose those kids. Once again, there are many ways you can lose your kids, but one of them is she will free their spirit from you. Yeah, injalo. So this full moon, the usual, I'm sure, for a lot of people. Yeah, drink your water, charge your crystals, put your water out to charge. My crystals are out there. And do use those crystals to also do some energy work on yourself, you know? This is a time of deep healing. Take the opportunities that are around you to heal deeply and do the work, you know? So, I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm suddenly empty. It's done. I've delivered the message I was supposed to deliver tonight. I had no idea which way this was going to go, but silab. stay grounded. We have her energy. So I've been working with her energy the last 2 days. Today's full moon. It's been really powerful. It's going to be powerful probably the next 2 or 3 days as well. So don't miss this opportunity. Take this also as an opportunity to let go. Remember, the full moon is always about letting go rituals. I'm doing a ritual today and I'll share it with you. And you can do it too if you want. You can take a piece of paper and you can write down everything you want to let go of, as part of your healing. If you're angry, I want to let go of anger. I want to let go of frustration. I want to let go of jealousy. Whatever things be honest. There's only her and you in this equation. No one else needs to know. Write down the things you really want to let go of and want to let go of. Write them down. And then you can go outside and you can get a little container or a bowl. And you can take a match or a lighter and you can light it. And you can speak out louder to yourself. I am releasing myself from all these toxic traits or toxic emotions that have held me down, that are making me sick, that are keeping me distracted, that are keeping me vibrating low. I am letting go tonight. Once you've burnt it, it's in a container, something. Blow it, turn your back, and walk inside. Let it go. If you like, you can then jump into a shower and do a bath or a salt cleanse or something, just to feel or to make that complete as a ritual. Yeah? So that's your homework for tonight and the next couple of nights. She's going to be up there watching you. And ask her to help you. Sometimes it's not easy to let go of these things. But ask for her assistance. That's what she's there for. So as you write these things down, mean it. Don't just do this as an exercise, because then it's just an exercise in futility. Write it down and mean it. And believe you, if you mean it, you're going to be crying. Because why? Because healing. If you're really letting go of this, there's no way you won't be emotional. And that's okay. And then release it. Okay? Also a very good time to visit the mother wound or the father wound. Because a lot of our pain, frustration, resentments is really steeped in those dysfunctional relationships we had with our parents or our caregiver, whoever it was that took care of you. Sometimes it's Gogo who took care of you. It's time. And you've got 3 days to do it. If you find it draining to just write tonight, just write it all out tonight and then leave it. And then complete your ritual tomorrow. It's still open opportunity for you to do that. Dig deep. I'm going to keep challenging you guys to dig deep. It is painful, but it is better than living with discomfort all your life and not fulfilling your purpose as a spirit having a human experience. Our job right now on this planet is to learn and to heal and to ascend. You're not going to be able to ascend. You're not even going to be able to learn properly if you are not healing in the process. Because these things happen simultaneously. It's not like you will learn and then you will heal and then ascend. No, it's something that is happening. And that's how Nomkhubulwane works. Remember, the mother mind or the mother energy is not linear and just logical. The mother mind is all-encompassing. And so different aspects of yourself, of your life, are going to be touched on, sometimes all at the same time. It's okay. you're not going to dissolve into a puddle of tears. It may feel like that, but you're not. You will emerge stronger. You will emerge a little more elevated, a little more grown. So don't keep yourself stuck by refusing to do the hard work of healing, because you will stay stuck. And then if she comes along to unstuck you by force, if she comes along to unstick you by force, oh, then it's not going to be fun. It's going to be, you know what I keep thinking of? I don't know if you guys have experienced this, where my mom used to do this a lot when we were growing up. If we had done something bad, my mom would say, go and get your own switch, Swazi, so that I can punish you, so I can give you a lashing with your own Swazi. Do you remember, if any of you ever went, do you remember how torturous that is? The idea that you're going to pick something that is going to cause you pain yourself. And you're by the tree and you're like, yo, it's better if I do it. Yo. Because my mom would say, you're better off going to get the switch yourself, because then if I go and get it, the size of switch I will get, you will not like. So I'm thinking of that right now as I think of this idea that you'd rather do the healing work yourself before she comes and makes you do it. Because that's where it's headed. Uzohila, uthanda ungathandi. So be proactive and do it yourself, painful though it is, or you wait for her to come and pull you by the ear and force you to do the healing. Ne? So, angazi any questions? I'm not seeing any questions. Please tell me questions. Ask me something. Let me know you guys are okay. Because somebody wrote we are crying. I'm like, oh, okay. Please tell me something. Sibonga mama nomkhulwane since the season started. Wow, healing and emotions. Andlovukazi, anomkhulwane, angwedi. Siyabonga. Who else has a comment here? Let's see what other comment I can see here. Is it already put my water? Sharp. Excellent. Good job. Google is it about toxic intimate relations or only toxic siblings relationships as well that bully on the family? It's any and every relationship. The focus was on the intimate partner relationship, because that's really where the toxicity plays out in full. That's where we see the greatest imbalance, right? In the divine masculine and feminine is within these intimate sort of relationships. But it's any relationship, situationship, whatever, where there is no equity and balance. So, yeah. Yeah, I hope I've answered your question, Brenda. Siyabonga. Siyabonga umoya. Siyabonga gogo ubusiseke uyisibusiso kithi thokoza. Oh. Siyabonga umoya. I'm humbled. I really am. And I'm remember, you're not on this journey alone. We are all in this together. That's why you don't hear me mostly just saying you. Because we're all in this. On one level or another, we are all, shame. But my work as a healer is to let you know what I already know, which is we're going to be okay. We're going to be better than okay. Whatever situation you're finding yourself in. Like I said, healing is never easy. Healing is painful. Healing is messy. Healing is your healing, right? But I want you to know and to understand and to embrace the truth about healing, which is that you will always come out elevated, enlightened, stronger, more resilient, more beautiful. And when I say beautiful, I'm talking about your spirit, not just your physical. Ne? Is it okay to leave the water and crystals out overnight? As a general rule, I've always advised people not to, because unalabo abandiza ngomshanelo ebusuku, especially around the full moon, guys. Full moon rituals, it's not just us light workers who are doing rituals. The witchy ones are also out there. I'm a little 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. So no, I would not leave your things outside. I mean, I don't know. For example, it's almost 10 here. I'm probably going to be up until around midnight anyway. Before I fall asleep, I'll do everything else that I do. And then I'll bring my crystals in. But yeah, I would not advise it. If you like, you can put them. Mind you, the moon moves as well. So by the time I'm getting ready to go to bed, she's probably going to be on the other side of the house. In which case, it's useless. So I put it, guys, you don't need to put your crystals out. It's not a matter of the length of time you keep them out. Even 2 hours out in the full moon, they charge beautifully. Yeah. So if you have, so for example, it's 10. If you put them out now and you take them in at 11:30, that's fine. You can take them out again tomorrow. Then do it earlier tomorrow, so that if you want to have that longer time. And take time to sit out. I mean, it's not that cold outside, you know. Really take time to sit with her. The other night, when 2 nights ago, I was out there for 2 whole hours. And I recharged just by sitting, and that's when I couldn't look, because she was so bright. It was like she had different rings around her of light. Yeah. And of course, that's where the downloads were coming. And I'm like, okay, I got to tell them this. Really? Me? Why me? Someone else do it. But here we are. So let's see what other question is. Okay, yeah, you should leave it out overnight to charge. Wena gogo Nancy, wena gogo usebalungwini ngale Chicago. It's okay for you. Here we're in Africa. There are people who ndiza ngemshanelo namabhaskiti. Lapha Africa ngeke. Mabangenise and leave them by the windowsill. If you were where there is no power, like the US or somewhere, I'd say, yeah, leave them outside. What can white people possibly do to you? Nothing. Yo, let's see. Gogo Nancy, I miss you. Stando sam yo ngaze ngakukhumbula. So I burn the paper in an open dish and then blow the ashes away. Yeah, you just burn it in an open bowl, whatever. And remember, you're speaking and you are literally saying, I'm releasing myself from the things you put on that list. You burn it, it burns into ash. You blow it, wherever direction you blow it, you turn away from that direction, you go back home. And then you can run yourself a salt bath. Like I say, if you have pink siwasho, best time to do the pink siwasho, because that one brings in luck. It depends on who does it, but the one I do has imithi yokugeza nedalwa zakho. So it's imithi emhlophe to cleanse your ancestors as well. So then it's like, okay, done, clean slate, we move on. So not only are you then healing you with the bath, but you're also healing your ancestors. Because remember, sometimes the pain we're also carrying and this deep crying we're doing is because, kokogas nabo koko are also in pain. So we are complex spiritual beings. So when you are healing you and you're conscious that, this pain is deep, it could be okokogas nabokoko. Remember, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers also suffered under this yoke. And worse for them, they just stuck it out and just suffered in silence. Many of our okoko betu nabokokogas, especially okokogas, died broken women. And so we need to heal them so that baphakame, meaning so that they are strengthened to fight whatever struggles that we have with us. We can't do this on our own. This whole divine masculine, divine feminine. Yo, it's too deep. And I think that's why Uma is stepping in now. Because she realizes they are in their ego, because it's going to require stepping out of your ego to fix this mess. The problem is when we are in pain, when people are in pain, they stay in their corners. You know, well, you did this and then you did this. Yeah, and then you did this and you don't, I'm the head of the household. Nonsense, bullshit. All that is going, this head of household, nonsense. Because actually it's all nonsense that is Christian-based. Head of household, my foot. Iyaphela. We are going to be forced to learn to relate to one another as human beings. First and foremost. You are a woman, I'm a man. Therefore, I'm a man, I'm above you. Hey, you are a woman, you're beneath me. Or I'm a woman, I'm a strong, independent woman. I can... gonke. All that nonsense is going to be rendered obsolete. And so the sooner we get with the program, I think the easier. But all that nonsense, it's all based on ego. It's based on the flesh. Kuyaphela. Singene emoyeni manje. So I said, Gogo, I've been having painful dreams about my father, and that's so hurtful, and about my mom who passed this year. Oh, let's see. I figured I have suppressed a lot. Yes, surprisingly, I thought I was okay, yeah. But it seems I need to face and deal with these emotions. Tikeleti injalo. That's why I said sometimes you know, be grateful that you're being shown very clearly where your areas of healing are. For some, it's not so clear, which is why sometimes umoya uyaphakama and will cry on your behalf in order to heal. You know, people with Istunya will tell you the same sort of thing, that Istunya siyakhala. Istunya, depending on what type of Istunya it is, it could also be that this deep crying, if you are spiritually gifted, say Istunya zehlukene, but you could be literally drawing in the pain of those people who are around you. And that is what's causing you this deep, deep crying. Because you're an intercessor, Maun Istunya. You intercede and you stand in the gap for the rest of the world. So that's why for me, sometimes I'm like, I wish people didn't make fun of spiritual healers, because we do go through the most. This is not a walk in the park, even for us. Because even Nginje, sometimes I'm called to stand in the gap for you all. Like I can literally sit here. That's why I was like, are you guys okay? Because I can pick up on something that's not okay, because I'm an empath, and then I feel the pain. So then I have to kind of do some healing work on your behalf, even from a distance. Yambo. And there are techniques that we use to do healing. Even healing groups of ancestors that are not necessarily mine, but I can stand in the gap because Nisangoma. And therefore, part of my mandate is to heal spirits as well as to heal humans like you. So, injalo, let it go through it. Sometimes, you know, we repress a lot when we shorten the grieving period. Remember, there's a little video that I once did where somebody was like, how long do I grieve? And I'm like, oh, that is a good question, but that has no real answer. You grieve until grief is done with you. So it's not like you are done grieving, but grief will leave when it's done with you. And remember, once again, grief is not a linear emotion. It's not like you'll say, okay, stages of grief, I'm going through denial. Then tomorrow I'm going to go through anger. And then, You can literally start at the anger, then denial comes in, then acceptance, or you can start with acceptance, and then one day you wake up and you're a raging inferno, you're so angry. It's all part of healing. And sometimes healing feels like you've taken 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. It's okay. And don't. Most times it's all up in your head. This is where you start to mess yourself up, because now you start asking the questions. Yeah, but I read on the internet or in this book that, after this stage comes this. How come I'm still stuck on this stage? Because that grief is not done with you. That stage is not done with you. When it's done with you, it'll release you, and then you can move forward. And it's not like it releases you and says, okay, now we are done here. Let us move. It doesn't work that way. It's not going to be like, okay, we're done with this stage or moving on. It is something that just happens naturally. That's why I keep saying we need to flow with the natural order of things. This Western way of living has gotten us so stuck in our heads and about logic and about timing and this. Our ancestors weren't like that. These are people who lived by the rising of the sun and its setting, and in between, whatever. These are people who, for them, time was limitless, because if they met someone going to the river, they could stand and talk and talk and talk without a watch to look at to say, yo, it's Kadziangshai. No. And they would move away from each other when the conversation came to its natural end. So as long as they still had things to talk about, they would stand under that tree with their buckets, or they would walk together and they would just talk and talk until it came to its natural conclusion, that conversation. We are so far from that. You're sitting on the phone talking to someone and you're busy looking at the phone and thinking, God, you know what, I gotta go. And then you cut that conversation short. What you're doing is you're literally cutting across a stream of energy that may be actually very beneficial and necessary for the both of you. So you see, we live naturally as it is. So allow the natural flow of things. I would also encourage you guys, we're in the Southern Hemisphere, so I'm going to encourage you guys to do all the things. Get out into nature before it starts getting too cold. Yeah, please. Get out into nature, Go somewhere. There's so many beautiful places. Around Gauteng, there's so many beautiful places. Somewhere where you can be still by yourself. This is time for going inward. Keep reminding yourself that. It's not time for crazy external activity. It's time for going inward. So take yourself to a place that calms you, to a place where you can commune with your ancestors if you want to a place where you come away recharged and rejuvenated. My dad did that with us. He even sometimes made us hit us. He made you hit yourselves. You're high, okay? Then what would he tell you? If you don't hit yourself hard enough, I'm coming for you. Therefore, you whacked yourself. Yeah, but African parents most. Carrying a heavy towards a person came into my space in the name of love and discarded me like a dead animal. I want to forgive the person that set my heart free, but I don't know how to. Huskies, Adoa, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I'm picking up that you are better off with this person gone. That what you're experiencing now is nothing compared to what you would have experienced had this person stayed longer. I'm also picking up that his departure from you was not, it looks self-initiated, looks like he just dumped you, but actually, mamsusile. So while it's painful, what I'm hearing is just be grateful, because where you were headed with this one, Why? Because he did not genuinely love you, but you loved him with all your heart. So already there's an imbalance there. Yeah. I know it's hard to hear this, but start with gratitude that he's left you with this much pain and he didn't leave you shredded to pieces. The fact that you're here writing to me means you're going to be okay. Don't be in a rush to try to forgive him if it's recent. When the time comes to forgive, you will. Forgiveness is something that should come naturally. You can't force yourself to forgive, because then you're not forgiving. You're paying lip service. There will come a day when you've healed, where you'll literally be able to let go. And it's not that time yet. Yeah. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna need time off work. Why, Lana? Why you need time off work? Actually, you know what? I think we all need time off work. I think we all need to go somewhere quiet and peaceful. Thank you, Gogo. I needed this. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's Muiman. Kamagu Shelegazi just arrived. Sorry that I would like to tell me about water. What? You know what? Maybe you may need, if you came in late, just watch this on the replay. I never delete these things, so you can watch it on the replay and get the full ritual. Yeah, take the kids out there. It's good for them. Can I drink the water or even bathe with it? That's the whole purpose. That's why we put... Oh, sorry, internet problems. I hope you guys can still hear me. I'm gonna round this off now. Yes, so you're putting your water to charge it so that you can bathe with it or drink it. I like to drink it. It's very, very healing. First time I really felt that her energy, her body aches, headaches, numbness, your hectic go. Yeah, well, you know what? Give yourself a salt bath, you know, and spend time with her. Sit under her. And then give yourself a salt bath. It will take whatever pain, it'll pull it out of you. Gogo, what if is the opposite? We are more in love, Gogo, than ever. That's beautiful. If you're more in love than ever, then you're not the one who's you're not the one who's this message is for. I was talking about those ones in imbalanced situationships. Oh, what else is there? Hey guys, I'm gonna go. My whole body was painful, aching from head to toes. Only to find out that there's a full moon. Yeah, there are things you can do. Yeah, being awareness that there's a full moon is good. But okay, guys, I'm getting poor wireless connection. Yeah, I think everybody's gone or going. If anyone here can hear me, please just say you can hear me. Show me a sign that you can hear me. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna go. So for body aches, drink mineral water, get coconut water. Yes, you can hear me. Yes. So what I was saying is for 9 ether beings, just regular tap water, it's fine. It quenches your thirst, but it doesn't hydrate you. There's a difference between being hydrated at the cellular level and quenching your thirst, which is your dry throat, right? Usually your dry throat is a sign that you are dehydrated. But drinking tap water alone is not going to rehydrate you. So what needs to happen is coconut water. Get Himalayan pink salt. Put a few in your crystals of water and drink it, because Himalayan pink salt has lots of minerals. As 9 ether beings, Tinaba Gwantu, we are electric. We really are. And so when you get this electromagnetic charge off of the moon into our systems, especially women, if you're not in electrolyte balance, meaning you don't have the right composition of minerals in your body, you're going to ache, right? So either get coconut water, not coconut milk, coconut water. That's not added anything. It tastes slightly salty, slightly. It's got a nice coconut. I love this stuff. So get yourself coconut water, or just buy Himalayan pink salt and put a few crystals in your water, shake it up and drink, right? That'll keep you in electrolyte balance, and that will also help especially around the time of the full moon or even the new moon, where her energy is it'll help with feeling okay. the achy muscles, the headaches all go, right? So remember that tip. It's a tip I have not given before. But I did some experiments with a couple of clients and myself, and I was like, that's why I don't, if you notice, I really don't suffer that craziness around the moon. I get emotional, but the body aches, not anymore, because I'm drinking lots of coconut water around this time. Ne? All right. So I think we are done now, guys. I think we're done for now. I won't promise, but I'll try to come on a little more often. It's just I'm hectic busy here. We're preparing for Kemet University of Truth, and so good name. There's a lot going on. But I love you guys so much. Please take good care of yourselves. Be gentle with yourselves as well. Especially in Ndlovukazi. Oh, I ngeke. Y'all, because you don't take good enough care of yourselves. He's going to force you to do it. I love you guys so much, and talk to you soon. Till then.